they speak the Arabic language. You could imagine how offbeat they feel over there when we come out there. Just wait till we go out to Dar Hijra and other places. And they know all of this stuff, right? And here's the Negro. Don't worry. Hey, we're on the right road. I mean, really the right road. Okay? Who is the hardship? Relieve the hardship. Allah relieve the hardships. That's why this stuff is fun. It's fun. It don't look like fun. It don't seem like fun. For me personally, everybody I see feels sorry for me. I said, do you think you gotta feel sorry for me? I said, if you're 62% happy, I'm 82% happy. So why feel bad for the brother? The stuff that's going on is good. Soon I'll be 77 years old and I'm just happy as I can be. Niggas that do the white man like we do him, he be around for about 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Everybody else, all other people is doing like I'm doing now. They never did that. But even just didn't like. Boss man killed them long time ago. That's why they're able to manipulate my family. They'll kill your father. I tell them, go on, do what you want to do. Don't worry about it, though, because the brother is here. Okay. Just a few more things before leaving. Global Rescue Mission. That's us. Global Rescue Mission. The Negro always play a small part because he never see himself as a global Negro. Well, we are. Global Rescue. Why? What did Dr. Kaleem Siddiqui? He always talked about the global Islamic movement of Islam. Da, 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 da. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Why? He was a good leader and everybody else forgot. Can you imagine the niggas ain't said nothing about it? Zafar Bangash, his proteges, Muhammad Al-Asi led the Sanatul Janazah. They didn't even tell me when the funeral was going to be, so I wouldn't be there. It's okay, no problema. We're on the threshold of a new world. The world we want to live in the future. Mobilize North America. We've already done this. Declare psycho-spiritual war on the Zionist American dictatorship. Let's look at it. Psycho, mental, spiritual, he don't have a chance. He don't have a chance. This is a psycho-spiritual war now. This is not, we didn't already won the other war, whatever it was a long time ago. We just finished whooping them. Psychological guerrilla warfare, right? Whatever anybody think, we done whooped all the pants off boss man and that. We discombobulated boss man. We made a fool out of him. The other people do not link the foolishness, they just feel bad. The people on airplane wheels trying to get out of Afghanistan. We told them that same thing a long time ago. Make a fool out of everybody is wondering, talking about wondering, are we crazy? They're looking at boss. What's happening with boss man? You know, when everybody get together and they just have a drink, laugh and talk. Hey man, what's happening with boss man? Everybody in the world.
It's the funniest thing when I get on calls with people from other countries and stuff.
Right.
You live in Washington, D.C.? It always be funny because you see their eyes light up and
Right.
Hey man, what's going on over
What's
there?
going on over there?
It's so
Hey, man. And then they got Dodo. He's the leader now. He can't, if he can stay woke an hour, you know, the poor guy, he just, anyway, it's not that he's all of that, he's not 100% bad, but he should have let somebody else have that job, because that job will wear you out. Declare psycho-spiritual war. Psycho-spiritual war. On who? The Zionist American dictatorship. Okay, that might be, let me see, that might be one or two little things here we talked years ago, not years ago, a while back, about big battleships, the Yamamoto and the Bismarck and all of those. Those were big, but air power came along and a flip of the switch, and they're not big anymore. Or they're wonderful, they're big. Like Goliath, everybody was telling him, man, Goliath is too big to hit. David had a different idea. He said, he's too big to miss. I can't miss him. I can close my eyes and hit him. Right? Everybody else, man, that guy too big to hit. He's too big to miss. How am I gonna miss him? I could throw the thing about it to come around and hit him. Right? Uh, let's keep some of the things that we have in mind, like PT boats, torpedo patrol boat, old propeller bombers. They could carry torpedo bombers. They could. Right now, it's little things dropping big things. Like we're gonna. I'll put it this way. One of the next talks will be about China, and you could tell that the U.S. is trying to trap China into another, not physical war, but get them worried about, get China off of its track. China's on a roll. So they go in and rubbing hands and elbows with Taiwan. And the white folks say, well, if we were to go and drive right around San Francisco Bay or somewhere with all the what do you think the U.S. would say, right? And the U.S. is going right around everybody's house, and doing, in other words, everybody is looking at them the way they should be looked at. But, dear believers, this is our time. And the way we feel about it is that Allah have given us everything we needed during a certain period. Because no matter what anybody say, okay, if we call a number at the racetrack every time, right? So what? You're lucky, you had some scheme, whatever, you call them all the time, right? So what about us? We've called every round all the way back. Go back. You can go back to at least 40 years ago. We done called every round. Not every fight, but every round. So something is going on. Now, we thank Allah, and we're going to use all these gifts. And I'll close with this. As far as when people talk about China, the people that are thinking, they talk about China as being in a useful kind of adolescent stage. Like, it was big in the world for thousands of years, and then it had a bad run, opium war and all that. And they diced up China. They just really made fun of it. It was bad. So China in the last few years had come back, and they, so anytime you come back like that, you got a little feeling of exuberance. You juiced up. So they have to manage that. They have to manage that. Now, what we're pushing is to control yourself, where you don't have to prove yourself right now. You have to prove yourself. Boss man, if he wanna make the world mad, he was gonna buy them submarines from France, and now they're gonna sell Australia submarines that's gonna take them. They're not gonna get a delivery for 10, 15 years from now. They're nuclear submarines. You gotta make the doggone things. By the time they're made, they will be obsolete. The French got a new submarine, nuclear sub, on the drawing board right now. Why they didn't just say, hey man, you got a new, I don't want them old diesel subs. What you got new, man? Right? The contract called for 14 months or 18 months that they had to do that. They didn't do it. Now, that means you got Australia over here. It's closer to China than it's over there. And Australia don't have no sterling record of freedom and justice and equality, not the way the New Zealanders and the people did the Aborigines over there. It was people there. What did you do with them? Where'd they go? It's bad news. So they can't talk about, only the dumb U.S. will talk about freedom, justice, and equality. And everybody is saying, hey, you know what I saw on your news? The police shooting down people, just, right? I mean, the U.S., the world it's like laughing, but it's different. It's puzzled too. They puzzle. The people got, excuse the expression, a shit-eating grin on their face. They don't know whether to laugh or cry when they think about the U.S. And they got to hunch each other. Did you see that? They're amazed, like, maybe, hey, do you see what I'm looking at? Yeah, I see the same thing you see. Well, I'll be doggone. That's America. Now, the big old mean Zionist. I tell you, that's going to be the most fun part. Yeah, the old Zionists, 2 or 3 people running the world, we're going to make them so mad, and so they're going to be so mad, starting right now. Or they've been that way. Because nobody has their number but us. And remember, Zionists are mean. Anyone that they mean, they just mean. And they hateful. And they hate the brother. You ought to see what them Zionists say about the brother. They got, good God Almighty, the name calling. They call me everything but a coon, a buffoon. They use it. They mean that. Everything. But the Zionists. But remember, what do we care about? Playing the dozens, that's what you do. If you talk about my mama, so what? You the one get mad talking about your Zionist mama. I love my mommy. Well, that's too bad. You ought to keep off the street, you know what I mean? We tell jokes like the niggas used to tell, about their mama. Yeah. And one joke was like everybody was raping, they was running a train on this woman, and and then one guy got on her, and they said, man, this is so good, I got to take this thing off her head, bags on her head. And he says, mama, that's the way the nigga, you got to have that, right? That's just a joke, you know what I mean? But it's, when you think about it, only the Negro can frame his mind to function in that environment. The old boss man, he can't take nothing. You can't say that about mommy. Well, anyway, the last thing, a judicious mix to educate and to inspire. That's the mixture. Educate the people, inspire the people. It's called a judicious mix. We got a lot more, but that's enough for today. So, dear believers, welcome aboard and wave bye-bye to Boss Man and get ready to wave bye-bye to the Zionists.